Greetings and salutations, my dudes. Welcome back. We are here. We are a few hours away from the open beta of Phantasy Star 2. And now seems like a pretty good time to discuss why I'm personally so excited for PSO2 and why hopefully you are as well. And here we're going to talk about the 5 things that I can't wait to either do or continue doing, or finally become available to us now that the time restrictions hopefully is off. And of course, before we get into this, if you haven't already, come on over to twitch.tv/20show, the link in the description. We're gonna be doing a 24+ hour stream with my army of caffeine I have on hand, as we play nothing but Phantasy Star 2 for the next many weeks. And hopefully we will be able to hop in at the start of the event and not sit around for 5 hours waiting for the servers to come online. But then again, that will happen in the closed beta. Hopefully we good. We will see. Let's get into what I am hyped for Phantasy Star. And let me know in the comment, what are you hyped for? So starting this off here is something that I have come to terms with missing out in a lot of MMOs of the last, 20 years of MMOs, is of course community and co-op. Mainly the whole idea of you having a purpose to party with people. Since a lot of MMO nowadays seem like MMOs multiplayer co-op stuff is not really needed, and a little bit of a there if you wanted type of deal. Well, Phantasy Star on the other hand, don't get me wrong, you could do a lot of solo stuff, but it a high reason to actually play with other people. So when you get in party, you get bonuses such as experience gain, item drop. Some of the later bosses in the normal dungeon areas are very much made for co-op, especially fighting the bosses. And that got me so excited because now hopefully it'd be more of a motivation for more people to take on quests and party with randoms, and not so much being left up to being solo or playing with a select few people. I can't wait for having a reason also to have the idea of leveling up and getting item factor just by actually hanging out with all you wonderful people. The co-op experience and all the stuff we're gonna get from it is the fourth thing I'm really hyped for, because finally gonna have the feeling of community on the servers. And hopefully also bring back some of the, white and blacklisting that might have happened back in the day, who, for any of you that is old enough to remember that. And next up on the list is something similar in the vein, but not quite. What I am talking about is the events. Since Phantasy Star 2 have the event that happens at certain set times with the origin quests, and also the events such as the concert that happened during the closed beta. I am so pumped for this, mainly because when the event happened, we have of course bosses, dungeons, musical event, other little things. And if you were there for the beta, you would know the community draw for when the origin quests became available, because they was only available for a 30-minute time limit, or in the case of the console 15. Just seeing the whole server kind of start scrambling around of oh god, an origin quest is coming up, I need to finish what I'm doing, I need to get back to the lobby, and then people partying up, and it just that whole the feeling of everybody coming together to try to do the quests, might it be for the dungeons, for the loot and experience, the bosses, or other random knick-knack. And then on top of that, having the be some of the biggest experience gain I believe you can get at all single event stuff that happen. And because of that, it really added extra layer of hypeness to it. Well, when the event started happening, seeing everybody such a panic and really add a lot of weight to PSO2, because it actually make it feel like there was something happening, something important, and also something else to bring the community together to take care of these things. Origin quests is just so neat. It feels a little more refreshing. Any if, to be honest, it's literally nothing more than the fate system from Final Fantasy 14. The only difference here is, unlike them being on like 15-20 minute timers, the event we could only have 1 or 2 a day or none a day. So because of that, they feel a little more well, and in return a little more sought after because they're a little more uncommon. And honestly, I feel like the most fun part we had in the beta was doing the origin quests. Alright, now we're getting into like the nitty gritty of some gameplay mechanic stuff that excite me. And one of them things that excite me so much is, of course, sub-jobs. For anyone that's been around my channel long enough, you know how much I love sub-jobs. Especially sub-jobs similar to Final Fantasy 11. Because that was my favorite MMO and still one of my favorite games of all time. And they were very similar in Phantasy Star. With Phantasy Star, with the subclasses, at least from what I have experienced anyway, is you have a second job that will level up as, you know, we leveling up our main job, just not as quickly. And also give us some of the bonuses from the other job, and I believe some movesets as well. Honestly, with like the combat being more actiony, and especially me running around being a gunner, and me jokingly calling Phantasy Star Devil May Cry MMO Edition, it honestly, with having gunner and warrior and some of the other mix and matching stuff, have a lot of possibility, and also add to being able to level up your jobs a little more quicker, especially since there is a lot of job classes in PSO now. And just having that idea of trying to figure out what mechanic or which jobs work best with each other and play off of each other is really exciting for me. And especially for someone like me who try my best to just mix and match stuff and just figure out what fun, what work. It just like the ideal depthness that I got from the cold beta with the sub-jobs got me over the moon excited and really taken away at that completionist that is in the back of my mind at all point when playing games. And it like give me a feeling I haven't had in a while with a lot of MMOs. And my next thing is of course questing. Which, you know, some of you might say the questing in PSO, at least from what I was able to see, might seem a little repetitive or whatnot, because it mainly all boils down to go to a zone, kill X amount of monsters, bring back an item type of deal. But what got me excited about how the questing is, and also kind of come back into the level design of PSO, is the whole Diablo feel of each of the areas being putting a point A to point B dungeon with a boss on the end, and then have the quests toward the end and kill like X amount of monster, find this item, do what would be the faith that is available in the areas. Yes, I will agree that probably will get very repetitive after a while, but what got me excited for it is the whole thing of being able to take all the quests and then join like all the crafting stuff and other little events that, you know, make questing a little more complicated. But at the same time, being able to do the missions of how the dungeons are set up and how easy it is to just be like, one more dungeon. Since the dungeons are not long, they are randomly generated, and by taking quests, it just like, by the time you are done and having so many quests that you just like tick off in one go, is extremely satisfying, and also being more like mind-numbing, but not in a bad way, but more like a relaxing way, and really get across the whole like, oh, I only have like 20 minutes to play, let one a dungeon, and then be able to come out on the other side being like, I just did like 10 quests, I getting all the loot, all this items. It's very, very satisfying. And here we are at the end with my final thing that got me the most excited for PSO2. That is the combat. With how many jobs is in the game, with how many mechanics and gameplay loops that it here might be between doing the complication of mages, to a melee, to the gunner classes and range classes. I joke about earlier, and I joke about constantly, of it being Devil May Cry, the MMO edition. The combat itself is so satisfying, so distant from each other for each of the classes, and also with it being more of a, I don't know if you would say it would be more guild-based MMO. I guess you could say that. And not so much hotkey. It really adds like a depthness to the game. That, for me, of being like, I need a parry, I need a block, I need a whoa, I need to switch item mid-combat. I need to worry about controlling, like, what am my mag doing, what am I summoning doing, like, just the complexness that is there for each of the jobs, and how much skill is there. And also, as been proven many times, if you have ever watched any, like, high-level bot ones in PSO2, is you will notice a lot of the time, the reason you beat missions, and not because of your stats or your level, don't get me wrong, it helps, but more so of how skillful are you and not being hit, which is exciting. Also, what it reminded me of, like, Devil May Cry, Bayonetta light combat with the way, you know, that is set up. It's just so much fun to actually play and to pull off the moves or get to a hard boss. And just dodging at the right time and getting like bullet time or witch time, at least with the gunner anyway. So satisfying, and a satisfaction I don't think I have ever had in any MMOs. Any of the more action-y Queen style MMOs still don't hold a candle to the combat and the jobs of PSO2. So there you have it. That is what got me excited for PSO2. Let me know in the comment what got you excited. Let me know in the comment of what ship you guys gonna be playing on. And once again, if you want to come on over tonight for my 24-hour plus Phantasy Star marathon, leaning into me playing Phantasy Star pretty much for the foreseeable future over on Twitch, come on over. Twitch.tv/20show, link in the description and whatnot. And if you want to check out any more Phantasy Star news or tutorials, since a lot of Phantasy Star news and tutorials are going to be coming in the next few days, make sure you do the like, favorite, subscribe, and of course, click the icon up above to get linked to all the Phantasy Star video to get yourself caught up on what is happening. And with that, I'm out of here, my dudes. You all have a wonderful day, eating lunch, dinner, and I will catch you all in the comments.